Hi guys, in this video we will see how I migrate the old design into the new design. So first of all I will go through with this small note. So I listed down some of the points, so it will help us to analyze like which of the things I changed. So the first thing I did is the listing fragment layout design. Then the second thing is the item layout which used in note listing adapter. The third thing is detail fragment layout also changed. Now the user can view, update and delete from this layout. Now the fourth thing is enable and disable UI in the node detail fragment based on the condition. If the user want to view the node, the interaction will disable for the title, tags and description. Now if the user want to update the view, the interaction will enable. So user can interact and change text in node and description and can also add or remove tags. So in this way the user will help us. Suppose if the node has a long description, then if the UI is disabled, the scrolling part will be smooth for that. So that's why the enable and disable UI feature come in. Now the fifth item is node query update with order by date in descending order. Suppose you are creating nodes, multiple nodes, so you want to latest created nodes first. So in this way I modified the get nodes query with the order by date in descending order. So in order to see the changes, let's get into the coding. Before we going into the coding, I want to show you the branches. So in the branches you can easily check out, like if the suppose we have total of 6 branches. If you want to check the add node code, then you can check out, you will see the specific code for that in the adding node to the Firestore. Same is the case for the dagger-hilt and feature navigation component. I'll also delete node. Currently the old code is existing in the master branch and the new code is existing in the modification in design branch. So currently I am in the master branch. I will check out the branch into modification design. Then we will run the application to see the latest UI. I will also show you the old UI side by side. Now in the old UI, the create button is on the top of the view. Now in the new UI, the add new node is the bottom of the view, and also the listing design is also changed. In the listing, let me show you how. Previously the listing it's look like this. Now in the new design I have used stager layout in the recycle view. Now it will look completely different from what we see in the old video. Now I will go to the not listing layout. What I change in that layout. So I will go to the not listing fragment. As you can see, the recycle view is still as it is. Now the button is used as a material button and also its position is changed. So that's it for the not listing. Now I will go into the not listing fragment Kotlin class. So in the Kotlin class, Kotlin class I have used the stager grid layout manager with columns of 2 and vertical direction. So the layout manager is set as it is like this. Now so the delete code is also moved to the node detail fragment, because in the new design we can only see list of nodes. So when user click on it, it will redirect to the node detail screen. So for this purpose we can only see get nodes and not live data, and as soon as we get the list of nodes we just set that to the adapter class. In the adapter class I will go to there. In adapter class we have only one lambda function. When item click we return integer, position and node. So I will go to the item layout as well. So what we see change in that layout? In that layout I am using material card view and also using its corner radius, background white and also card elevation 3 dB. Now in the constraint layout I have view date, title and description. There is one thing more I want to show you, is that I am using custom fonts. So the font is I place it in the font Android resource directory, and also I am using styling. For the styling I have used different styling. For the description I have different style. For the subtitle I have different. For the title I have different, and also for the chip text which is also different. What is chip text style, where it's using, I will show you later. So currently we have this so far. Now the tags you want to see is that these tags is the actually chip group. So the number of tags or the list of tags we are receiving, so the chip group will be adding as a new chip. Now in the coding level we will understand more about this. Now in the coding level, I will go to the viewHolder class. Text is setting simply straightforward. The date, I am using simple date format, this format, so the date is converting into that format. And also the tags, so the tags is actually array and which is getting from the Firestore. So I am checking if the tag is null or empty. If it's null, then I am hiding the view. Hide is actually an extension function which is nothing, just visibility, make it gone. If it's show visibility, make it show. So is the disable and enable. So these are the extension function to make the code more readable. And also we have a list of tags, and I want to first remove all the views if it has. I'm checking the tag size. If it's more than 2, then I'm creating sublist which consists of 2 tags. Then the third tag will be shown the size of the rest of tags in the list. And this way we can adjust the tags in a single row, otherwise it will show in 2 rows and make the UI a bit ugly. Now in the else condition, if it's less than 2, then we simply creating tags and adding to the chip group. Now I am calling the adding chip, which is the extension function of chip group. So in the first line, as you can see, I am using layout inflator to get the XML layout which is declared as item chip. In the item chip we have chip which is coming from the material design, and I am setting attribute text appearance, which is the style declare chip text style. So that was the style which we using there. And also I am checking the text. If its length is more than 9, then I am creating a substring and concatenating 3 dots. Otherwise it will set the all the text as it is. Also I am making clickable false, and also set ensure minimum touch target size is also setting there as the user passed if it's true or false. If it's true, then it will add top and bottom padding. Then the third parameter is the close icon listener. So I am checking if it's not null, then I am adding the close icon. So you will see later why we need it there. Then the last line is adding view. So once the chip is ready, then we add that view to the chip group. So that is pretty much regarding the. Now I am also checking the description length. If it's more than 120 characters, then I am creating a substring and concatenating 3 dots. Otherwise the description will set to directly the description view. The lambda function which we pass it through the constructor, so I am working there, passing position and not object. As soon as we get there, then find nav control through navigate function. I am passing the action ID which referring to the navigation between the not listing fragment and not detail fragment, and also passing the not object through the bundle. Now in the not detail we will see what changes has been made. First of all, I will go to the XML file. In the XML file you will see a different layout from what we have in the old design. So in the top section we have button like image view, then a title which referring to that button like it's backing to the all nodes. Then we have 3 buttons. So the 3 buttons, initially it's invisible. Let me try to make it visible to see which button we have on the top section. So we have 3 buttons, one is delete, one is edit, and one is done. Delete is referring to delete that node. Edit, so if user want to view that node and he want to make changes to that node, so he will first click that edit button. Then in that case the UI will be make interactable, so user can change title, tags and description. So at the end the done button will referring to execute the callback or query in order to update the node or create a new node. So these buttons referring to different actions. Then we revert it back to invisible. We have title, then we have last modified which referring to a date and time, then tags So we have chip group, so user can add multiple tags to, or user can remove as well. In the description section, user can add description. It's pretty much related to the XML layout. Now we're coming to the Kotlin file. So in the Kotlin file, we have two functions. So as soon as the view is created, we have two functions. One is the update UI and the second one is the observer. I will first explain the observer. In the observer, we have different live data, which referring to the three button actions. Like the first live data is referring to the add node, then update node, then delete node. So in the delete node, it will give us a UI states in the live data. So in the delete node, in the success case, progress bars will be hide and toast message will shows, referring to that the node has been deleted. Then we will navigate back to the listing screen. Same is the case for the update node and the add node as well. So these three live data observing different actions. Now I will update UI. I will go to the function. So in the function, you will see like in the second line we are getting the object. So that is referring to if a user click on the node. So I just pause a video in order to run the application to save the time. So now the application is running. I created a sample node, so where I was referring to the code. Yes, so in the line this one, so I was referring to the code like suppose if a user click on it, what we are doing from the listing screen is passing that object from there. So we are passing the object with the key node. So in node detail we are getting that object. So if I click on it, it will go to the detail screen. So and there we are checking if the node is not empty, then I am checking the object node. If that is not empty, then I am setting the data to the UI. Like as you can see, hello test node and test. So the descriptions and the title is already set there. Also the tags will be also set it there, but currently in that node it has not tags. So that's why we don't see. Then another function is make enable UI. So I am passing the files. I am disabling all the UI to prevent the user to interact with the title, tags and description. Now as you can see, if I click on it on the title, nothing will happen because the UI is disabled mode. Suppose if a user want to update any existing node, I will first go to the edit button, click on it. Now the UI is interactable. I can change the title, I can add text as well. Then I can change the description as well. So that's how the update node is working. In the coding level, so the edit button is currently, let me go to, yeah. So in the coding level, the edit button is there. So what it makes, it's calling that function and passing the true to enable the UI, and also the done button to make visible done button and hide the edit button, and also request the title focus. So that's how the edit functionality is working. Now if I just click on the done button, then in the live data we will check what will happen. So it's in update case. So in the update case, in the success case, progress bar will hide, toast message shows. Now the done and edit button, the done button is hiding and the edit button is showing, and also the delete button is already showing there. So that's how the update functionality is working. Now if I want to delete the existing node, I will simply click on the delete button. If I click on it, a toast message will appear and will navigate back to the listing screen. So in the delete observer live data, I will go there. So in the success case, we are hiding the progress bar, showing the toast message and navigate back to the listing screen. Now the only action is left to create a node. So I will press the add a new node. It will redirect me to the detail screen, and there I will add a title. I will add title, for example, I am creating a node. I will also add tags, node, hello, this is my first node. And also the done button is visible. That's because I have put it a listener on the title or description or the tags. If any of the tag is added there, the done button should appear. Now if the title, yeah, so these are the lambda functions do after text change and also on description do after text change. So in that case the done button is showing and the edit button is hiding. So pretty much the logic is there. Now for adding the text, as you notice, we are showing the dialog. For the dialog I have another method there, then it's actually a extension function created in extension file which referring to create dialog which accepts layout and cancelable. So that referring to that if a user click outside from the dialog area, so the dialog should be cancelable or not. That is what referring to that variable. Now this function actually return a dialog with the layout we pass there. Then from the dialog we have only edit box and a button. So I am getting these two views from with the help of function find view by id. Then on button I have a listener. So if the suppose if we click on the button and the text is not added to the edit box, in that case I am showing a toast message to enter the text. So after entering the text, what I am doing is we have a list of tags. So I am adding that text to as a element to that list, and then I am adding a chip. So this lambda action is actually referring to the close action, close icon. When a user want to remove any of the tag from the check group, if a user click on the close icon, in that case that lambda function will trigger, and that will actually sit there, chip sit on close icon click listener, and we are passing that function there. Now coming to the node detail screen, so if a action trigger there, then what I am doing is to find the text in the list of any of the tag is matching there, then remove that from the tag list and also remove from the chip group as well. So that's how like the adding or removing part is done there. Now after the text explanation, so I will simply click on the done button and it will create a new node. Now in that case we have two buttons appearing on the top view. One is the delete and one is the edit. So if a user click on edit, so he can update that existing node. If a user want to delete, he can delete that existing node. We are done with the migrating from old design to the new design, and you can also see the explanation of the code, like how I refactored the code and modified the logic to align with the new design to make the functionality working fine. That's it for this video. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section. Thanks.